Hurricane Milton, a Category 4 storm, has slammed into Florida, leaving devastation in its wake. Tornadoes linked to the storm have already claimed 4 lives, adding to the growing toll of destruction. As the hurricanes uproot trees and rip apart homes, flooding has worsened, leading to mass evacuations and power outages. Emergency response teams are actively working to rescue those trapped in submerged areas, with shelters filling up as thousands seek refuge. Authorities are urging residents to stay indoors, and recovery efforts are just beginning as the storm continues to batter the state. The situation remains dire, with storm surges reaching up to 12 feet in some coastal areas, compounding the damage to property and infrastructure. Roads have become impassable due to rising waters, cutting off entire communities from access to relief services. The destruction is not limited to coastal cities. Inland areas are also facing significant damage from both flooding and tornadoes. Local officials warn of continued threats from flash flooding as rain bands persist, with forecasts suggesting more heavy rainfall in the coming days. In the aftermath of the storm, the death toll may rise as search and rescue teams sift through debris. Hospitals are operating in crisis mode, dealing with an influx of injuries related to the hurricane. The medical community is also concerned about potential outbreaks of waterborne diseases, given the widespread contamination of water supplies. Aid organizations, including the Red Cross and FEMA, are setting up response units and relief stations to offer assistance with food, medical supplies, and temporary housing. In the meantime, power companies are struggling to restore electricity to over 500,000 homes, with estimates suggesting it could take weeks to fully repair the grid. Emergency response teams are working tirelessly to prioritize recovery efforts in the hardest-hit areas. In the coming days, the focus will shift to long-term recovery as Florida begins to assess the extensive damage caused by Hurricane Milton. With thousands displaced and infrastructure heavily impacted, rebuilding efforts will require significant resources and support from both federal and state governments. Residents are bracing for a difficult recovery process, with some communities facing years of reconstruction. Donations and volunteer efforts will play a crucial role in helping Florida rebuild and restore some semblance of normalcy in the aftermath of the devastating storm. The governor has declared a state of emergency, mobilizing the National Guard to assist with rescue operations and ensure public safety. Many are still without access to basic necessities such as clean drinking water, electricity, and transportation. Efforts are being made to clear roadways and restore vital infrastructure, but the scale of the destruction presents a formidable challenge. Residents in unaffected areas are being urged to conserve resources to allow emergency services to focus on the most vulnerable communities. The resilience of Floridians will be tested in the days and weeks ahead as they confront the staggering aftermath of Hurricane Milton.